I'm Dave. Because words can be vehicles, I want to use one to take you on a word journey. Now, today's word is authenticity, and the second pillar of the word we started with concerning communication. The previous word was engagement, and if you just started on this journey with me, you can watch that one in the previous video. Authenticity is the basis for good, honest, and effective communication. And I want to focus today's conversation on personal authenticity. Now, most of us think we're being ourselves most of the time, but honestly, we don't really know who we are sometimes. That's why we can find ourselves acting one way with some people and another way with others. Now, we all do it more than we realize, and it affects how we communicate with others as well as ourselves. Yes, we do communicate with ourselves. It's called the inner voice, or our self-talk. In an earlier video, I said that you and I are the message we're always communicating to the world. That means if we want to speak authentically, we must know who we are. Now, when explaining to others who we are, we usually start a sentence with, I am this or I am that. Well, who is the I am exactly? Too often, others have given us our identity over a lifetime, with labels and their idea of who they think we are. And sadly, we usually don't spend time determining who we are or want to become. That's because we spend that time, thought, and energy trying to live up to or break free from the labels. If you ask most people about their growth plans, they don't have one. Now, if you don't have one, get one. And the best personal growth plan starts with self-discovery, which includes identifying our natural gifts, passions, and core values. Now, all these together help us find our purpose in the world and function better with the people in it. Then, what we do becomes more meaningful, which helps us communicate a better message to the world around us. Now, think about it. If we don't know who we are, how do we consistently communicate an authentic message to others, especially those we care about, those who love us, and those who are there to help us? Now, ironically, many people who are trying to help others find their purpose don't even know who they are. This only results in more imitations and false identities for so many people. Here's what I suggest. Start with a personal gifting or strength assessment. As you learn about your strengths, understand that every gift or strength has a downside to work on. Once you discover your strengths, start looking for opportunities to use them and eliminate your weaknesses in that strength area. Avoid working on all your weaknesses, only those that you find hinder your gifting and strengths. Now, let me explain with this scenario. If you're naturally gifted as a football player, such as a quarterback, don't spend the bulk of your time trying to master getting out of a sand trap on the golf course. Instead, spend it doing what a great quarterback does, practicing running and throwing, watching films of other great quarterbacks, learning offensive plays, and reading defenses. If you keep spending the bulk of your time learning to get out of that sand trap, you might become an average or even a pretty good golfer, but won't likely become an elite quarterback. The bottom line is to find your strengths, work in that zone, and work on your weaknesses in that particular area as you go. Next, identify your passions. Your joy and burdens are connected, like the yin and the yang. Joy and sadness are the flip side of your passions, so find out what those are for yourself. When you discover your passion points, you'll discover what you truly value, and your values will help develop your character on your journey in life. When you identify your strengths and weaknesses, your passions and your values, you and your communication will become more authentic. Now, why is that? It's because your confidence in who you are and what you truly stand for will grow. Judy Garland once said, "Always be a first-rate version of yourself and not a second-rate version of somebody else." Now, you're an original. Don't be an imitation. We have enough of those in the world already. Be real. But to be real, you must find what's real about you. So make it your goal to find your authentic self. That real self of yours is powerful beyond measure and can change the world. Thanks for joining me. Now, if you like these videos and want more, subscribe to this channel and this playlist. Leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. And thanks again.